Well, hello. Today's today's how-to housewife is going to be all about our move from the city into the country. I think I kind of let you guys know through my channel that the next probably several months will be highly focused on our move. I'll tell you a little bit about how we got here, just as an introduction, and then what our first steps are to developing kind of this piece of land and building a little small home on it with the proceeds from the sale of our home in town. So first thing is, I'm Shannon. My channel is called How to Housewife. If you want to like and subscribe like that, that'd be very nice. The second thing is, I'm hoping that this is incredibly informational and that you'll maybe learn a thing or two about how to do it for yourself. I mean, at this point, I don't know if I'm going to be 100% successful with my budget or not, but I'll be very transparent and let you know what the goal is and how far we get. Okay, so the first thing is we sold our house. We're in Texas. We made about $100,000. Well, we made $109,000 in profit equity off the sale of our home. We had about $10,000 worth of credit card debt, and we wiped that off immediately, which left us with $99,000. These videos are not going to be about the land purchase, or if you were going to purchase a lot or what have you. We bought land. It's not going to be about that. The money is not going to be into that. What it's going to be about is just simply the house build, utilities. I'll let you know what each thing cost, and also what you'll need to do to get that done. It's going to be almost entirely doing most of it ourselves. Although we won't do all the work ourselves, we'll be hiring our own contractors, few friends, people we know, to help us along the way. And I'll tell you what each one of those things cost to do that. So the first thing we did was we sold our house in town. Like I said, we had the proceeds. During that time, right prior to putting our house on the market, which we were working on, we were finishing up the kitchen floor so that we could sell it. And we're also in a touristy area, so the prices really went up. The retail value of our home went up a lot in the 2 years that we owned it. So we owned it for 2 years and walked away, like I said, with 109, and about probably 89 of that was pure profit. We only put about $8,000 into that, and so that's probably a video for another time in a way, but it's just a little bit of the backstory to have an understanding. This is something Howard and I, that's my husband, we really had wanted to do for a very long time. And it just seemed like the timing was right for us to be able to do it. Now, our little home that we're building is 1,200 square feet. I will tell you what the cost of concrete is. I will tell you what the cost of the metal was, and what it's going to cost to build each piece of it. And I'll try to layer as much of it as I can as I go along. We're early into this. We're only 6 weeks out. So the first thing that happened was we bought the land. It's a little over 3 acres. Like I said, what that cost, I won't get into. I mean, I can tell you what it costs, but I won't get into adding that to it because we're just talking about building our little house on this piece of property. The cost of that, including septic, driveway, electricity, water, which has been an adventure, things that you need to watch out for, tips and tricks. And I'll also let you know that, I'm not shy about getting a deal and looking for a deal. I might be a little shy about asking for those deals, but I've learned to get my courage up here because I needed the deals, right? I need to make this work for us. So the first thing we did was so this is kind of your first step. Let's say you've purchased your piece of property, right? And for us, like I said, we purchased the piece of property at the same time we were selling our own property. So we'll just say you already have your piece of property here to get started with. You're going to need an address. Now, our piece of property had been addressed apparently maybe 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago. They don't know. They said a really long time ago it had the address. That can be unusual because sometimes you're looking at lot and blocks and you'll need an address. In some areas, the electric company, the first utility you get, will have your address. In our area, it's roads and bridges. So we had an address right on this piece of property, which was helpful. However, I did find myself, after I had already put up a mailbox, having to go to the United States Post Office, and make sure that they could deliver mail to that. Even because, when I started putting the first thing I did is we put up a mailbox and we started moving our mail, right? So you're going to transfer your mail. First we put it on hold, then we transferred the mail because we're living really close to where our land is. Put up this mailbox. The first, I think it was a credit card company that I was going to change my mailing address. They said, we don't recognize this address. So I'd actually personally call them and let them know this is an actual address because it's not going to show up on Google, it's not going to show up on their maps, that sort of thing, because we were in the county in a rural area, right? That's another thing you need to know. We are not in the city. We're not in the city limits. We are out. We're not really far out of the city, but we're out enough that this is possible. If you were in town, you could not probably do the things that we're going to be sharing and telling you about without it really costing you a lot of money. You're going to need a contractor. You're going to need more professionals. So if you're in the county, there's certain things you can do for yourself. So because we won't be having to hook into a sewer system, right? We don't have to worry about this city sewage, right? We're going to be doing septic. So that's different. You can build your own septic. A lot of people don't know that. It's not that hard. But you have to have permits, and I'll walk you through that. But again, the first thing we did was we went to get an address. Or we had an address, but we were put up our mailbox. And we needed a permit for our driveway. So the very first piece of paperwork we're going to get after getting our property is the driveway permit. Not every area will require you to have a driveway permit. Now, in our area, we did it. We went and did it. It was a small fee, $25. You fill out a piece of paper. I'm going to show you it. It looks like this. And they're going to send you this piece of paper back. The name of this is Driveway Access Permit Form. It costs you $25. Make sure you get your receipt and save your receipts. In about 2 weeks' time, let's see what this gentleman's name is. He doesn't have it. I don't see this. Oh, okay. Road administrator is what it says. The road administrator and the assistant road administrator is going to tell you how you can build your driveway. Now, this is not a driveway all the way to your home. This driveway is only going to be the first 40 feet where we live. It's the first 40 feet off the road because they're going to maintain that road. That county is going to maintain that road. And if in that area they don't want you to have a culvert, then you can't put it down. They'll either ask you to pick it up. And I knew about this because I owned a piece of property a long time ago. And we put in a driveway. We were told by the developer, you have to have a culvert. Guess what? Roads and Bridges came along and said, where's your permit? You cannot have a culvert here because they don't want to have to go over your culvert. And they told us, take it out. Well, that was a, $275, I think back then, dollar mistake. Okay. So this time around, we're going straight to find out. Well, actually it was looked like it needed a culvert. The neighbor's property needed a culvert. That is on the piece of property we have right now. So I thought for sure they were going to say that. What'd they say? They came back and said, nope. All you need to do is take 6 inches of topsoil off the entrance of your driveway. That's it. So that they could maintain their road. I'm going to guess that's so that they could maintain their road. All right. So we did it. Didn't need a culvert. Honestly, I kind of still wish we had one because the rains came and it looked like we really needed one. I mean, in my opinion, we needed one. But that's okay. We didn't need it, and we took that step to do that. It doesn't matter how long it takes for you to get your driveway, but you'll be ready, right? So you'll be ready. Again, Roads and Bridges is who handles that. Also, when you get ready for your septic permit, Roads and Bridges. They'll also have a list of possible vendors, people that you could use who would design your septic. You don't have to use off their list, but they'll give a list of people available that you might want to contact. They're not telling you who, but it is a list. It's about maybe 15 people in our area. And that gives you a good way to shop, and you're going to want to shop, right? Okay, so we get our permit. We're ready to go. That was the very first step that we took. And again, also, we went and we put a mailbox in. I wanted to see the mailbox. I wanted something done. We were kind of waiting, and that was fun for me. So that's it today. It's a really short, quick video. It's just about what's the first thing you do when you get your property. Do you have to get the driveway permit first? Nope. But we needed it because we have a very long lane, and it was all the way down that lane for the utility company to get the utilities in. And I'll talk to you more about that because it's been an adventure. Next video. Thanks. Oh, hey, like and subscribe. Bye.